submits for it or whatever. Which I was like, you should still have it, but just don't have the entry requirement of you need to have a freshly submitted one in there. Because that's the real difficulty. Like, we know who fits in that category. We can just put the people in there. Corona. All right, so we'll be back tomorrow. For those who just wish to watch the speedrunning, we'll be back tomorrow at 12 p.m. Central, something around there. Norm Hardcore is the contest. Okay. I'd like to do a Hell Hardcore contest. Just getting everybody to submit for it would be tough. We found Giam's Face, Wizpike, Schaefer's Hammer, Blue Archon Staff, White Archon Staff, Eth Templar's Might, and a rare Caduceus. Yes, last time. See if we can do some good stuff. So yeah, for all the speedrun elitists, nah, it's fine. If you guys just, like, if people just want to watch speedruns, I'm totally cool with it. It's totally fine. I'm going to do non-speedrunning stuff as well. It's just, if I start a run right now, I wouldn't be finishing till like 3:30, 3:45 in the morning on a good run. So that is the one difficulty with my scheduling and stream times, and just Diablo hell runs in general. If you know, can sit there and play 12, 13, 15 hours, whatever, then sure, it's no problem, because you can reset 4, 5, 6, 8 times and you're good. But if you cannot, then it's difficult. You said you know it was in the expert and extra category. Oh, I get what you're saying. Stream GTA role-playing.
I am overburdened.
That is pretty far off from my stream content. Will I download Diablo Immortal and play it in private? I will play it on stream and probably not much more beyond that. I'll do like a couple times where we play through it just to like have a fun look. Just because everybody's gonna be like, are you playing it?
Hello and welcome to the latest reality TV show from Llama Productions. Introducing Golfing with Griswold, the wacky show where Griswold wants to go golfing but he just can't seem to find his caddy and doesn't want to carry the clubs himself.
Seems like a show I'd watch. DJ's been playing GTA, really? Kraken shell, nice. Alright, I can put Mav's armor on there. Mav's armor is a cool enough drop for the list. Diablo 1 being sold again? What do you mean being sold? There's plenty of chill. Aku. Like GOG's already planning on selling it? Didn't they literally just buy it? Or there? That's not like again. Like that happened a while ago. I mean, they just bought whatever rights they needed to sell it or whatever. I don't exactly know the process that they went through. So now we bet for Mara's, Templars, Windforce, or Schaefer's. I don't know what the term chill means. It means to relax, to hang out. Of course I know what chill means. Ridiculous.
Good day.
What rune was that? L rune. I don't know if I could ever bet against Mara's. It's true. So I think I'll hit 99 this year. Yeah. I think we'll have this character done by this year. I'm hopeful for that.
Hello, Alex. It's me from the future. I mean you. I'm you from the future. I come from a future where I was, I mean you were, in the future that is you were. I mean you will be or will have been or will be walking to the Denny's one day and then...
What? Oh, son of a... Gosh dang it. Oh my god. Thank you, Scoot. me, you. Hold up. You once had the run drop simulator run for 12 hours? No. Oh, no. Oh, that's not good. Well, alright, maybe we won't finish it then. What was the average again that we decided for 2 items left, Camel? What did it say? Oh, we have to update our tick counter. That's right. There we go. Did you not run it for 2? Okay. Do you still have it? If you do, let's run it a little bit for 2 and see what results we get, if you would. The assassin rip? Yeah, awful rip. The main issue with the rip was minus 25 light res versus a lot of beetles. The main point of why I actually let it kill me was I thought I had rejuvenation potions. And so I was casually like going to click where I thought my rejuves were. Suddenly I didn't have any rejuves. And then I went to save quit and it was just like a slow screen exit to death. Not a very fun death because I was really like looking forward to that run. I felt like it started off great. We had good gold. Our shopping had gone pretty well. We were in a decent position. We had Sanders gloves, which I was happy about. I was feeling strong in terms of my speed running. I felt like I was making a lot of good moves. My clickers were clicking well. So I really thought it was gonna be the day for a finish and a really good time. I swear to God, it's Nokuzen. It has to be. There's no way it's not. No way it's not. Was there a bet that was put up? Mars better not be on that. It's not Mars. Like, it's not. I know you guys want it to be, but it's not Mars. See, it's Crescent Moon. Thank God. Oh. Praise the Lord. I would not count it if I dropped them there. I am counting only on my Holy Grail source, nowhere else. So. I thought this was a Mara's stream. Don't worry. There are plenty. I have enough Maras for all the future as well, right? So.
Help me!
A fellow jumped off a high wall and had a most terrible fall. He went back to bed with a bump on his head. That's why you don't jump off a wall.
Seems like a smart advice with a fun little rhyme too. Do I have enough Maras for all my viewers? Probably. Pretty close. When that chest drops unique, it just drops the one instead of several blues. No, it can drop multiple uniques actually. It has a really cool thing. I need to do a video once again. This is where I've done the video on racks. I need to do a video on chests now as well. Chests are fascinating, and there's so many different kinds of chests, and so there's just a lot of like information to give there and stuff. But yeah, basically the way that it like goes through, that sparkly chest goes through and rolls to determine what it's gonna drop and how many uniques and stuff is really an interesting calculation. It's similar to kind of how shopping also does like rolls, and so you can sometimes shop for stuff that can't technically be there yet or whatever, but it does because
I am overburdened.
it rolls through enough times where it goes, screw it, all right, fine, here you go.
I can't carry anymore.
So you sometimes get that weird stuff with shopping as well. Chests are similar. Or like shrines as well, right? If anybody remembered the shrines video, where you can't get a, you know, like a, let's say, resist fire shrine or resist cold shrine in the Blood Moor, but then you get it and you're like, wait, I thought the files say you can't get it. But there's that whole thing of, yeah, well, if it rolls it enough times, it will eventually just say screw it and stop rolling. So. Should Mercenary Hardcore only have one life as well? No. Mercenaries suck. It's a cute idea, but I don't think so. What's the best thing that can drop from that chest?
Fresh meat.
What's the highest rune that can drop from it? Maybe like low or something. X low. Mara's can drop from it. I found a perfect Mara's from that chest. Thank you, Kaz. Appreciate that. I think I've found like 2 Maras from this chest, honestly. But I know I found at least one perfect. I think it was my first perfect one, too. Back when I got excited about Maras. Nah, Mangsong and a cat you can't find an Archon staff or a Caduceus from it.
Good day.
My nose is so itchy. You guys can get excited about the Maras for me? Perfect, thanks. And I'll get excited about the Mangsong! How cool would that have been, though?
I am overburdened.
Rip your key theory, or are you saying if it's locked, it has like higher chances of dropping Mangsong or something? Also a cute idea. Not correct though. She's running 680 right now. The most she runs is like 869 when I'm doing Pendle runs and I slow down and lower my damage some. And my survivability some as well. But like in here I'm not gonna run low survivability because chance of death is too high. For the ancient armor I've been Tyrell's Might? What? Ancient armor is not. Sacred armor is what you're thinking of. And if it rolled unique and was called a sacred armor, then yes, that could have been Tyrell's Might. We actually found one yesterday, or 2 days ago, I should say, in the tunnels. We found an ethereal one actually, which is super rare. Even more rare than Tyrell's Might is this right here. So, another trophy.
Maras or WF, what are we finding today?
So this is actually the rarest item on this page. This is the second rarest item, and Tyrell's Might is the 3rd rarest item here. So kind of crazy. Hey, Soil. We're not finding Mars or Wind Force. We're finding freaking item we need. And yet, still can't find the Grizz Caddy. That's right. Those items are like 10 to 30, 40 times rarer than Griswold's. Like, no lie.
I am overburdened.
Griswold's is 1 in 36,000. That FD Web is 1 in 2.2 million. The Tyrell's Might is 1 in 300 something thousand. For sure, surprise. Well, you can't find Eth Schaefer's. It's indestructible. And the Eth Templar's Might is 1 in... What are the odds for it? Probably like 1 in 600,000? Ah! Okay, I'm just gonna get out. Mana burn. I wasn't getting any teleports off, and I kept getting hit. 1,000 sample runs coming up after I get back from my smoke. Are you gonna run it and then go have a smoke? All right, sounds good.
I can't carry anymore.
Such a good game, isn't it?
Good day.
Yeah, SD Web is rarest unique item in the game. Unless you're like, perfect Eth Tomb Reaver, but you know, then you're not. Now we're talking stats and stuff, right? Very different. No, Eth Templars is more than twice as rare as Tyrael's Might.
I am overburdened.
Because it's 1 in 20 chance that it rolls Ethereal. And it's only a 1 in 9 chance that it rolls Templars. Or Tyrael's Might, excuse me.
Your presence honors me.
These 1 chances are 1 in every monster kill or every run. 1 in every boss kill, excluding champions. For champions, it's 3.5 champions. But like this right here, that's 1 that we just killed. This is 2 right here. And 3 right there. And 4 is back in this corner. And then we had 3 champions at the start. So that was about 5 bosses right there. Yeah, and if I run Pindle, the odds of that are cut in half. So it'd be like 1 in 18,000 per kill of Pindle, and 1 in 55,000. Hey. But you have to remember that, like, when I'm doing that, I'm only getting 1 kill each time I quit the game and come back in and all that stuff. Right? I'll grab a Row. So that's the difference, right? If I'm down here and I'm killing, you know, a lot of bosses down here and stuff, then you need the nausea staff. Take it. So I actually think that running Pindle is slightly more effective. If I'm gonna be honest, it's very close. Like, a lot of people think it's not close at all. It's very close. But I tend to find a lot more items just overall when I'm doing this stuff, which is kind of more fun. Do Pindle before Ancient Tunnels? I mean, we could do that, but with all the like movement around through it, it's not really worth it. Plus, I'm running like less MF then, and because I can run a higher magic find when I do pure Pindle. This is also slightly better for experience, but like slightly better for experience. Nothing really gives me experience anymore except Diablo, Bale, and Nilithak, so that is pretty irrelevant, but it is a little bit better experience here. But you know, I just feel like we find way more items doing this stuff. The numbers look a lot better so far. Not seeing any 100K plus yet. Nice. I like that. Well, we definitely, I mean, we knocked out Schaefer's, which was the middle item, right? pretty close to that higher item, so that was good. Schaefer's hammer is actually pretty similar odds to Ming Song, so I was super sad when we found that again. Actually kind of similar odds. Just due to its 1 in 5 chance. Should I keep farming meth if I have 200 items left? Yes. Don't go to Ancient Tunnels yet if you have 200 items left. You still need to do Andariel and Mephisto and clean up all of those loot tables. Runs or bosses? Camel. Hold up, how did you put this in? What are you using for average of kills per tunnel? 6? 5? Five? Okay. Which is about right. It's a little bit more than that here. But I guess when you factor in there being like a couple champions sometimes and stuff, it's probably 5.
Where can I take you?
Why not do Ancient Tunnels until you have all the items? I mean, you could do it that way. I just say do it the other way. To prime throwaway. Thank you so much. Throwaway or not, it's all the same support. I do appreciate it greatly. I say it because there's a lot of items that he probably still wants. So maybe don't go until you have that entire loot table. Though it can be nice just to like knock some of them off for feeling better. And not having to like think, do I have these items or not as much? But it's also just really good for like, oh, do I still need Maras? Do I still need Shaco? Do I still need Oculus? Do I still, you know, all those sorts of items. Arachnid Mesh, whatever. You're gonna find all those there. So that's why I say like, still go there. Because until your character is decked out with like, you know, this, Oculus or Hodo or something, and then, you know, like a, what's the splint mail? Not splint mail, whatever it's called, the magic find armor. You know, until you like have that stuff and your character's pretty well equipped. Scolders, thank you. Yeah, and then, so Ancient Tunnels is just too tedious early on if you're not well geared yet. You're going to be spending too long doing that stuff. Alright, how many runs, how many iterations have you gone through, Camel?
I am overburdened.
Eager to hear the results. Is there a TC level 87 chest? Yeah, Sacred Armor.
Where can I take you?
There. Materials, mate. Oh, like a chest to pop, not a chest. No. You're not going to have any chest. Because chests are only going to be their area level -1, I believe. Even if they're not -1, they're area level still. They might be area level. One of the two. Regardless, so you're only getting up to the 85. But it all depends the chest anyways, but that's like the best chest. I forgot to write the operation count output, probably a couple hundred. Alright, and what's the average so far? Camel is doing the number of, he's running through these odds, putting the numbers in, and he's doing 5 bosses per ancient tunnel run. And at that rate, we have, that's a different program? Okay. Results soon. After 200 different fake sorceresses I've run through. The shortest, longest, and average number of runs. Pretty please. It wasn't a unique amulet. Night, Blue Earth. Have a good one. Ready those drops an upgrade? Nah, just super rare. You're gonna guess 15k is what the math says? I mean, that probably seems appropriate.
Good day. Good day.
18 to life, 2 to mana. Trash amulet. 1 to 8. Ooh, wow. Look at that puppy. That's a solid ring. I like it. That's a pretty solid ring, my man. If only it had strength, I would be super happy. Give it some attributes, but good dual res, 36 life, and 10 FCR. Pretty nice. No, thanks. Good luck, patron. I'm farming for the 2 items listed below. You know, I'll say I used to miss the days where I could, you know, I had like 150 items left and I'd do a day of magic finding and I'd knock off like 15 items from the list and it was super fun and great. But like, I feel pretty good about it now. Like I enjoy the how it is now, because we get to still find a lot of like really dope items like wind forces and maras and all sorts of stuff, but like I don't know, I'm on board with it now. Now I'm cool with just having these 2 items to find and really like trekking for these. Yeah, now we're gambling for the big stuff, you know. It's like moving up a slot machine. Now we're putting 10s in, you know, just feeding max bets into this slot. And baby, when it pays off, ooh, that's gonna be nice. So yeah, we want this Archon Staff. We want this Caduceus. Caduceus. However you want to pronounce it.
I am overburdened.
Are you cool with more Marios dropping? I mean, let's not get another. Stalin of Stool. Thank you. What's causing the poison nova? Andes. 15% chance. Way better than gambling though because it's free. Exactly. And I still get the same rush when I find an item. I just don't get the... Well, I still kind of get a little bit of that bad feeling when I don't, but... I don't get that feeling like, you know, when I leave a casino and I'm down $300 and I'm like, my life is over. My lifetime supply of gumballs is gone. Do you only get Andes from Andy? She actually can't even drop Andes. Just like Griswold's can't drop his scepter or shield or helm. How close am I to optimal gear setup? I'm pretty close. I have a couple. I mean, obviously, like, this is like one of the sickest charms that I have, by the way. Not for my character, but for like a Zerker barb or whatever. Oof. Oh my god. What a charm. You know, so I could obviously get like better charms like this. You upgrade and you put like life and or mana and stuff, or you get like 5/5s. I have a 6/4 here. Cold res and magic find. 17 mana, you know, so there's definitely some like small upgrades. 10 fire res, 7 to be had there, but overall pretty good. All right, let's look at the results from Camel. What? Let us look. So the mean is only 7,500 ancient tunnel runs. That's actually not that bad. The median is 5,000. Why is the mean and median so different? Shouldn't it be like the same in this instance? You must have had some crazy outlier. Yeah, there's just not enough runs there. There's some crazy outliers to drag it 2,500 runs apart. Oops. Lowest value, 30 runs. Wow. Wow. Highest value, 36,000. I don't like that. Let's look at the lowest value again. I like that one. Inner quartile range, first quartile, 2,300. Third quartile, 10,000. Interesting. So there's your big outlier right there. Average number of ancient tunnel runs we would need for the last 2 items. Ooh. Varies. All right. 30 runs to go, boys. 30 runs to go. Honestly, though, like 7,500 runs? Shoot. That ain't that bad. That almost seems too good. Like, I feel like that's wrong. Because that's only 36,000 runs. And it's a 1 in 110 or 36,000 bosses, and it's a 1 in 110,000 chance of making songs. Doesn't that seem low? Doesn't that seem a little low to you? The 110 is per boss pack? Yes. I'm just saying, overall, we're saying the odds, like 7,500 runs times 5, that's only, 37.5 boss kills.
I am overburdened.
Nice, just got Andes for that. Do I know where the boss group's gonna be every time? A little bit. Swap off CTA? Nah, I swapped to CTA. Whenever I want to kill a boss. Reason is CTA has a little bit of MF on it, and then I also carry a Forested Monarch over there. So I drop a Blizzard with my main hand, and then I immediately swap to CTA, so I get my Magic Find there. I know what I'm doing here. There's not a lot I know in life. But my goodness, I know Diablo too. Are you able to do the same thing but when farming Pindle with the higher MF? Yeah, he would just have to plug those in. So when I do that, I'm running 864 Magic Find, and the odds are halved per kill. We'll come back for that boss pack. I was promised 30 runs. Where are they? There they are. That's what Camel told me. I don't know. I'm just curious. Because that just seems really low, though. Am I wrong? Like, I feel like the odds should be way worse than that. Like, that number of runs seems just way too low for an average. Aren't you smiling on your PC? I'm just saying, 211 runs is enough runs where it would figure it out. I don't know.
Good day.
Well, other dungeons are going to be the same, Hexen. The only difference would be Pindle. Toss a coin 1,000 times on stream and we'll see how it works out. Hey Greg! Hey, lacquered plate. La Amuleta. What do you think? Siverbs? Angelix. Nages. We're gonna find the whole Naj set today. 238, those will get Mars.
Can I take
We've been going for like less than an hour, 40 minutes probably of this. Am I willing to accept that these two items aren't in my game? Meng Song, maybe. Griswold's, yeah, it's definitely not in this game. There's something's broken. We were waiting for you to find a new item, but now that you're here. Now that you're here, we'll find it right now! Gotta give it a try every now and then. Plum room. Right here. Best place to farm my K chest? You can get him down here pretty well. Pindle's also a good spot. I've got a lot of IK chest. It's ridiculous, Camel. Like at that point, it definitely does not exist in the game. It's 1 in 36,000. How hard is that? Like, that's like chump change in the world of Diablo RNG. Is it rare? Yeah. Is it this rare? No. I even found its upgraded version Astrians, which is like even more insane. To be fair, I'm extremely happy that I have Astrians instead. Like, I would much rather have Astrians and need Griswolds than the other way around. But let's just have Griswolds. Like, I can't even say I have every set item in the game yet. Or every unique item in the game yet. I can't say either. I have 2 items left and it's one of each. So dumb. 2 Vextrans from Hell Summoner? What? That's nuts. I don't have all Maras yet. You sure? I think I've cleaned the game out of Maras at this point.
Your presence honors me.
What do you guys know about Silo's pen for their drop calculator? And is it any good? It's pretty good. Pretty accurate. Couple errors on it, but for the most part, it works fine. I would be so happy to get Meng Songs first. Like, Griswold's is probably the one that's gonna come first. But if we do get Meng's first, I will be ecstatic because Griswold's has much lower odds. Way easier of a find than Meng Songs.
Good day.
You got Schaefer's? Did you get your Eth Templars too feature? I've done probably 240 runs. Before you get the last 2 items on average. 35 MF sessions of 4 hours apiece. Vex and Zod at the same time? Holy crap. You got 2 Nightwings? Oh, that's cool. Future dropped 2 Archon Stabs from Pindle at the same time.
Your presence honors me.
Blink Bats is a rare armor, man. Was he lying about the Vexod? People lie on the internet?
I am overburdened.
I haven't found a 1540 jewel, but I also don't really pick up jewels very often at all, so it makes sense. Hey Dave, how you doing, bud? Greg! For you, I give you a new item! Nah. Almost.
Grizz Caddy incoming, possibly, hopefully, maybe, incrementally, and now.
Maybe.
Good day.
There's the guy who's getting massive fines every day. I mean, you gotta stream it or it doesn't happen, right? Otherwise, you can literally just take runes to a boss, drop them when it's dead, and then take a screen cap and say, look what he dropped. So, thank you, Nero. How you doing? Mwah. Right?
Your presence honors me.
I could just be like, oh, look, Windforce. Deckard Cain dropped it for me. You, want to trade one of those Grizz Caddies?
The backswing on that RNG pendulum is brutal. Good drops yesterday, nada today.
Yeah, nothing so far today. But I mean, we really have had some crazy drops lately. In the last 3 MF sessions, we've had Perfect Gaze. Well, just about 2015-8. Perfect Wind Force, 6% Wind Force. Eth Templar's Might. Schaefer's Hammer. Mara's, probably like 6 Maras. Plus a load of like other stuff, but that's just some of the like super GGs. So yeah, I feel like we have to, you know. Yeah, I got another Schaefer's. We have to go through this and have like a rough day of not great drops. Just to reset the RNG a little bit. You got a 25 Mars too? There you go. You must be using my keys or something. We're on the same seed. Just discovered there's ads before watching the stream. Oh yeah, there's always been pre-roll ads. Twitch always has just run that. If you're a subscriber to the channel, then the channels you're subbed on, you don't get advertisements. That is the only time that you don't get pre-rolls, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a morning stream tomorrow. Great indirect way to support streamers without subscribing. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's one of those things where like, do I make a ton of money off of Twitch ads? No. I mean, I don't run ads, right? Some people run them every 15 minutes or something. To me, that's way too much, but you know, it just depends how you want to run your stream and how you want to make your living with streaming, essentially. So for some people, they get, lots of money off ads. I don't really get a lot, but, it's a little bit just from that pre-roll stuff. I'll do the little like I'd rather just get the little like sponsor ad things and then just run that like at the end of a stream. Less intrusive to the content, and then more just kind of, right at the end sort of thing. Your PC, dude, I think your PC is, I think you have it, you must have it input wrong. Are you sure you didn't put like 11,000 instead of 110,000 for the odds? Those odds are looking like the odds of an 11,000 Archon staff and a 36,000 caddy. Constant slap chop ads. That just can't be right. The odds of getting Meng Song are 1 in 110,000. So how could the odds of finding both items be less than 1 in 110,000 by a threefold? Right? Like, that doesn't statistically make sense. Right, but 1/5 of that is still 21,000 runs. Like, am I this bad at understanding statistics? Or what's going on here? Help me understand this better then.
I am overburdened.
Good day.
Sounds like a plan, future. What happened to the assassin? Dumb death. Like, I really just feel like I'm right in this case. Either that, or I am so bad at statistics. Jesus, why do you do this to me? It's like the same odds, too. It's so, gosh dang.
Where can I take you?
Ugh. You've...
Impossible.
So dumb. Almost. Ugh. I hate this game. Nice back-to-back charms. Yep. Alright. How? Now we have 4 times the Grizz shield. Four times Grizz shield.
I want you to take a good long hard look at your pluggy stash and then let me know what you think about RNG lining up with the theoretical odds roll.
Am I wrong? I really don't think I'm wrong in this case. Obviously RNG doesn't line up. I'll agree with that.
This game trolls you more than chat ever could.
But from a... I should, Jim. From a standpoint of just odds, let's take the odds down below. 1 in 110,000 kills or 1 in 22,000 Ancient Tunnels runs, I will find a Meng Song's lesson. Right? So how is your mean 1 in or every 6,000 runs on average? I'm finding Meng Songs and Griswold's Redemption. On average, wouldn't it have to be 22,000 runs plus a few more runs for the Griswolds? I guess probably not many really, because Griswold's is probably coming within that time frame. But still, wouldn't it be closer to a 20,000 run average? So how are we getting these 5,000 to 6,000 run averages? Bro, I can't believe we just found Grizz Shield again.
Where can I take you?
Like, what the heck, man? How? How do we keep finding the shield and the helm over and over again? I just... Oh yeah, we forgot to put our run counter up for the day. We can put that stuff up now. When's new map? I've reset the maps like 9 times. Let me get it.
Your presence honors me.
Don't rub it in, Shell. Awful. I mean, even with binomial distribution, that still would be trending towards like 13,000, 14,000 runs, right? I just feel like 6,000 runs is so far out of line that the odds had to be in there incorrectly.
I am overburdened.
Grizz Shield. Never ends. What do I think of Indrik's 67? I think his 67 is... I don't want to say not impressive, because obviously it's impressive, and he was running it really well and everything. But it's like what should have been there, right? That's like the baseline of the run that should have existed with that strategy from the start. I think that run goes down to 105 now, to be honest. If you really get good RNG. Because, like, he had decent RNG. For sure. But there's still just the... If you have, like... Even based on the times that he ran and the times that I had been running before and stuff. If I just had some of my starts... Because there were a couple times where I showed up at Beetle Burst and I was like 2.5 minutes ahead of the world record at that point, which is on pace for like a 105 low. And then I just had like a trash Beetle Burst, and that happened like 3 or 4 times. So I'm saying if I just get a good Beetle Burst there, not a medium Beetle Burst, but a good one. Oh wow. Then I think I could get out MB18 by like 38, 39 minutes, which isn't that crazy, right? I think you could even go down to like 36 minute level 18, honestly, if you had, you know, an amazing Beetle Burst. But even a good one, you get out like 38, and you just keep going from that.
Good day.
Nice shot. Right. Or not even Beetle Burst, but rather you have a champion Beetle Pack there. Or even better, you have a Beetle Burst plus a champion Beetle Pack right next to him. And so it's like always spawning and perfect. Taleth can come on the first, second, or sometimes third run on that run, and it's still okay in all 3 cases. That's what I found. I could sometimes go all the way to 3 runs, assuming I found a good like waypoint, and you know, obviously having a nice experience trying something there is good. But that was the nice thing actually about that run, is Act 1 RNG actually got better. At first I thought it was you'd have to always do the one time, you know, whatever, if you didn't get it, and that was horrible. That wasn't even fun at all. But once we kind of figured out that, no, you can do 2 or 3 runs in the tower still, it brought the odds up to like 33 to 60% chance, right? You have a 33% chance of finding Tal or Eth in 2 runs, and a 60% chance of finding them, I think it's just 30%, excuse me, and then like a 60% chance of finding them in 3 runs. So that meant a lot of runs were going to make it to Act 2, and then it just kind of became, you know, what is Act 2 doing for you? And my Act 2 never was, honestly, very good. I had mediocre Act 2s at best, but I never had one with a Beetle Pack that spawned champions more than 1 time. And that's just so critical to that strategy. Because if you get a Beetle Pack that spawns champions, you can get like 2/3 of a level from 1 pack. It's kind of insane. And then you just call it good, and you're like, all right, I win. And then you still obviously have to be really good and like do all sorts of other stuff, but yeah, okay, Lexer. But yeah, that's definitely the thing. And then there's just the kill stuff as you go. Dark Elder can spawn well as well. Yeah, but you're never going to get champion beetles with Dark Elder, and that's a pretty big issue. Additionally, then you're also running forward to the Lost City, which is a longer run. And Charge Bolt doesn't work as well on the zombies. You need to be Nova if you want to fight Dark Elder, in my opinion. Otherwise, it's too slow. Even though he does have a couple more minions with him and does give a little bit more experience overall. Hello, Bartex. I would like to have this challenge wrapped up by the end of the year. Why can't you get a skiller with MF? Because you can only get a prefix and suffix. So those don't roll together. Right. Lion branded Grand Charm of Good Luck. Wait, what? Can you get skillers with that? No, there's no skillers with MF. Good Luck won't roll there. Yeah. Yeah, you scared me for a second. Yeah, for small charms you can have of Good Luck, but not for grand charms.
Overburdened.
I use a program called D2 Info to track it. What MF do you recommend farming? Nightmare MF? I mean, it's always just as much as you can have without hurting your speed, really. So, honestly, having like 250 plus is plenty enough. If you want to have more than that and it's not slowing you down, go for it. Yeah, it's a prefix on a grand charm. Exactly. But a suffix on a small charm. Oh, stupid Griswold shield. Stupid Griswold shield, man. What's a man supposed to do? I'd be happy to drop a Gris shield. Not when it's your fourth one and you need a Grizz caddy. You would not. Incoming Astrians? Future would love that, because then he'd find his next. He's just waiting to mooch off my drops. Do you think you'd have better luck saying no to the cube and putting 7 MF small charms there? No, the cube is way too important. I mean, obviously, sure, I would have slightly better MF. But then, like, I'm not picking up any charms, I'm not picking up any gems, I'm not picking up any rare items, any unique items, I'm not picking up anything. And if I ever want to stop and go pick stuff up, that means I'm going back to town, opening the space up, blah, 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 and all that's more time than just having it, so. It's kind of like I could technically carry my Alibaba in my cube, and then every time I went to the Far Oasis, or Lost City, excuse me, I could buff myself and then swap my Baba in so that my MF would go up another 140 or whatever. But spending those seconds doing that at this point isn't worth the odds. Like, the time that I gain just killing more monsters is more valuable because there's so little to be gained from MF at this point. How many runs have I done for Griswold's? Like boss kills? Oh, we're well past that number. I'm probably like 200,000 boss kills or something stupid. What mic do I use? I use the AT2020. I'm actually very satisfied with the microphone. I think the sound quality is quite good on it. I like it on the boom. I think, I don't know, it wasn't too expensive. I think I paid like 110 for it back in the day. Maybe 120, whatever it was. So for the cost and everything, I think it's done plenty. Yeah, my favorite cam girls used them, so used it. So I was like, ah, perfect, I'll get that.
Good day.
Nope. Think. Dude, these dudes won't leave me alone. Where's that boss? Oh boy. Cursed Midora, not a fan.
I am overburdened.
Not a fan. Did I steal it from Kylie? No. I don't steal all of my girlfriend's gear, alright? Yeah, I'm like the craziest outlier ever for this caddy. That's all I can say. The fact that it hasn't dropped, the odds of it not dropping are insane in the amount of runs that I've done. It just doesn't even make sense. Same thing happened with blink bats? Nah, like blink bats is actually really rare down here. And we are way past that point here with this run. If I still didn't have a blink bats, yeah, maybe, sure. But what do you think the next new thing someone will find out in speedrunning? More mercenary play in some capacity. A glitch wise, I don't know. I don't know what glitch people would find out to use. There's not really a lot of glitches in Diablo 2. We know swap casting, so it's, you know, different uses for that stuff. But a way to get to 18 faster with the sorceress. I don't think you can get to 18 faster than like 35, 36 minutes. Just think about that for a second. Like, we have figured out, obviously in like a perfect run scenario, but we have figured out how to get to level 18 in
Are we actually
36
sure those two
minutes.
items can drop down there? I mean, I know the TC and area level formula's ECT. But this is a 20-year-old game written in C.
True.
Has anyone actually dropped these two items here low?
Right, that's what I'm saying. So, hey, more Mavs. So, like, that's the, you know, one level every 2 minutes, all the way up to level 18. I mean, that's ridiculous. Like, you know, most people, even for, you know, most characters, whatever it is, like, leveling takes a while. You're spending a lot of minutes on all that stuff. Wow.
I am overburdened.
So that's pretty ridiculous. Yeah, and then there's the merc bug. So I imagine there could be more mercenary stuff, kind of like we see in the barb run, that people kind of use in for like a little bit more for ancient stuff maybe, or whatever it is. If there's characters that have some difficulty with it.
I am overburdened.
And that would speed up a few minutes, maybe, if done right.
I can't carry anymore.
Whew.
Yes.
I mean, but the thing is, even like in its prime, you gotta think, Diablo 2 was once one of the biggest games to exist, right? If Twitch existed in 2000, Diablo 2 would be one of the top watched games on Twitch. So everybody played Diablo growing up. Everybody. And all through the years and everything. So, and there's just been a lot of patches and all that stuff. And so it's just well built, honestly. Like, I think that's just the big thing. The game is well built, and a lot of that stuff has been tested and figured out and made sure. So it's, you know, there's just not a lot of glitches because the game had just so many people and everything.
Good day.
Wise Wolf Hollow converting a Twitch Prime sub to a T1. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, buddy. So yeah, there's just not a lot of exploit things in this game. There's a lot of like minor glitchy things,
I am overburdened.
right? Like Vipers and Nilithak are glitchy with their poison damage and stuff, but overall, was there anything on earlier patches? I mean, duping's been the biggest thing, but that's online due to like server client talking, right? And people getting in the way of that. Single player though? Not really. Up to Staff of Kings. I have not. Never crossed my mind. You had no flare jungle once? You sure you didn't just miss it? Because there's definitely been multiple times where I thought, dude, it is not here.
I can't carry anymore.
There was one time that Teo had a... Oh, what was it? His spider cavern wasn't connected to his spider forest. It was connected to his flare jungle. So it was like... let's go to paint. Yeah. So, you know, so you have your jungles, whatever, you know, and there's like your one area, and then, you know, oh, here's your other area and whatever. And then you just had like turn off. And it was like Great Marsh over there. And then Flare Jungle over here, starting at like this point. And then in here it went down and was Spider Forest again. And the cavern was like right there. So he was like running all over like, where the heck is it? Maybe it was attached to his Great Marsh. It was some like, it was the most ridiculous trolley thing ever.
Good day.
You've had that one? Yeah, exactly. It's an entrance from the flare, but the pocket's in the spider. That map is like one in many thousands if it sets up like that. Like, that is so rare. But it's always interesting to speedrun through just thousands of maps, because you eventually run into weird stuff like that. And you're sitting there and you're like, where the heck is anything? I had that one sewers map that one time where it was so far off to that side. I'd never seen a map go that far away before. Oh my god.
I can't.
Thank you, Andrew. Dragon scale, not dragon shield. Little dragon scale action. Palisilla, interesting arcane covered by a shrine graphic. Nice. Why do I have a Serpent's Archon plate? Oh, because it's a set Archon plate. That's why. Act 3 maps are always just trolly though. Always, always. Lost Days next to Loot Ghislaine. Oh yeah, I always love that. Whenever it rolls around, and then like on the map, the Lost City is like right here. And you're like, really?
Thank you.
Was it that lost, you guys? You could have just looked to the north a little bit. Looked northeast and oh, there it is. Really struggled there. Please use streamer money to buy D2 Buy Blizzard and make D2 HD, says the non-sub. Just kidding. Yeah, buying Blizzard might be tough. Toxic streamer. Just saying, he doesn't clearly doesn't support the idea that much.
Your presence honors me.
Nah, I don't know if they'll make a remaster, dude. I'm clearly not providing a really good joy per buck valuation. I guess not. That's true. I haven't convinced him enough that the joy per buck value is high enough here, so I guess that does fall back on me. You'll add an extra $5.99 in donos if I promise to buy Blizzard. As much as I would love to make that promise for the $5.99, I just don't think that even with the $5.99 I'm gonna have enough to buy out Blizzard. Or buy 5% in it or whatever I need to really have enough influence in swaying any votes and decisions. What's the next podcast gonna be? How to save money by mooching off your friend's HBO account? Excuse me, mooching off your girlfriend's HBO account. My gosh. $6.99? I appreciate the thought. Brevik's mic armor. There's Camel's 2 cents. Thank you. It turns them into a hand axe? What? I don't think that's right. How to recoup your losses and pay off your gambling debts. Create an account just to comment on the sick burn. What up, everyone? Lifetime worth of gumballs? Now we're talking. What is this week's episode? What did we decide it was? I'd have to go look again. New podcast episode tomorrow. Tomorrow night.
Oh, that reminds me, Llama, do you mind if I name my podcast the same as yours? It's a podcast about how to raise farm deer, and the title is also perfect for that.
Alright, sure, go ahead. Does seem like it would fit quite well. I mean, I can't argue with it. It's a great name. With two very different meanings.
Fresh meat.
Apothum. Thank you so much. Mwah.
Good day.
All the best names have puns. Yep. Are those the only 2 items left to find in all the existence of D2? Well, for me. Would you ever consider writing a Grow the Buck Up self-help book? Yeah, I mean, I think you could put it into book form. I think the podcast could also be a book. Like, every episode is basically just like a chapter of it anyways.
I can't carry anymore.
Dang, wrong green C word.
I can't carry anymore.
I'll probably eventually write a book for it,
Where can I take you?
but
I am overburdened.
I like the
Fresh meat.
podcast format of it right now. Worm Muncher! Thank you, thank you.
It's locked.
Come on, come on, come on. Show me the money.
Fresh meat.
Only 2 left. And thank you, Uriel, for the baby.
I am overburdened.
I subscribed for the book. Will it come out this week? Uh-oh. Hi, Miss Kylie. Yeah, we got Grizz Shield today. Sucks. Gotta beat them all, Fred. Let me get water 1 second. There's a crazy storm coming? Apparently. I'll just have to check it out, Salamander. What's your average damage with Blizzard? 7k. But, you know, this is almost 700 magic find, so I'm running low damage so that I can run high magic find.
I can't carry anymore. I am overburdened.
I want to make sure I don't pull a Dobrunsky here and I check all that. How satisfied am I with my team map? I'm pretty satisfied. Everything is pretty close by. Night, Uriel. Have a good one, bud. Decent number of boss spawns. Do I still play Median? No, I haven't played in a bit. I mean, I got through almost all the content except for some Purify bosses at the end that I didn't really care to fight. So I was pretty happy with my progress. At that point, it was just going to turn into, like, go farm, you know, for a bunch of new items. And, you know, kind of like I'm doing right now. But I enjoy this farming a little more. And then just do some fights that I don't really want to fight. Yeah, this is... It's basically vanilla. It's pluggy mod, but that's just for, like, quality of life stuff.
Okay, this odds problem is driving me nuts. I'm going to follow my standard rule of when. You are at the point for running stats tests to troubleshoot your computer's random number generator. It's time to stop.
Seems like a good time to stop. Media XL Holy Grail after this. Oh boy. How many boss spawns on average? I would say 5. I usually have like 1 somewhere in there, so kind of a short one right there. Always this one, right? So there's 1 right there, 2 right here, 3 and 4 are right there. 5 is right there. And there's 5 in that one, but
Where can I take you?
that was a little bit lower. See, so here's like 2 to kick us off. 1, 2. Dang it, again. 3. 4. 5. Anything over there? Nope. 6, 7. So I'll get up to that 7 group right there.
Good day.
You want to be able to get 7 in your ancient tunnels for sure. If you never get any 7 spawns, then I would reset the map. And you want the path to be pretty simple, right? Like here, I just run a little back and forth action. So it's a pretty simple movement. I like where the bosses all spawn. I don't have to go up on that higher point because there's almost never a boss group all the way up at the top. A lot of times I spawn 2 in this kind of corner here, and that's pretty good because it's not that dangerous for me or anything. But like there's never boss groups up in here, so I never need to go around there really.
Where can I take you?
10,000 runs, average was 6.86 boss packs. Wow. That's pretty nuts. I don't know if I quite averaged 6.86, but the other question would be, is he always fully exploring the entire ancient tunnels and stuff? Right? Like, I'm definitely cutting out a piece of it because it doesn't spawn up there often enough. And so for me, I'm pretty satisfied just running this standard small area and getting probably about 5.5 on average. Something like that. What did you do, Camel? Did you figure it out? Because I had another one where I was actually getting a lot of boss packs, but the map was just terrible. It was such a bad map. Whee! All right. What'd you do, Camel? I wanna hear it,
I am overburdened.
so I can know. It's currently 7 before I live watching dude. Nice. Love it, Lebo.
Presents on
Didn't
the
open. Changed out. Oh. Those were the odds for Grizz. I told you That's exactly what I said. I said, are you sure? Because these odds seem like they're just for Griswold. That's exactly what I said. Yeah. That makes way more sense.
The Order welcomes you.
And or oh, Gargoyle's Bite, not Wraith Flight. Wraith Flight's always ethereal anyways. Oops. Wraith Flight is a ghost glaive, right?
I can't carry anymore.
Yeah. It's the other TC-84.
I can't carry.
Alright. Now Camel can rerun that. I was like, I do enough analytics to know this is not
My
right.
bad, I need more coffee, or less coffee, or slightly adjusted coffee.
Slightly adjusted
Bottom
coffee.
line, my coffee
Less
intake
alcohol.
is not optimal when I don't catch an and/or mistake. Or is it an or mistake? Mistakes were and/or made. Ugh.
An and or and mistake. Gargoyle's by his TC-87. Oh, nice. So it's an even cooler drop. Would you pimp your source out to Griswold if that was only redemption? What? Which means it's the same rarity as Grizz Caddy. Of course it does. Doesn't it always? I find 7 things every day that are the same rarity as Grizz Caddy, and it's never just Grizz Caddy.
I can't carry anymore.
Man. You can't gamble an Archon staff or a Caduceus. Hey, Scaraholic. Nice. Oh yeah, as soon as I find 1, we're gonna find 10. I mean, that's just the law of averages right there. They're gonna pour in. That is a guarantee. I do not have Merman sprocket boots. I feel like I might be searching for a while on those. How many grandfather swords have I found? 1, 2, 3. 4. Looks like 4. Which, yes, is also the same rarity as Grizz Caddy. case anybody else wanted to, was curious.
I can't.
Also 4 wind forces.
Your presence honors me.
Two, three, four, five griffins. 3 COAs, I think. Well, not all. Yeah, I was gonna say, all TC-87s are just about 1 in 36,000, with the exception of some, such as the Caduceus, the Archon Staff, the Vortex Shield, and Unearthed Wand. Are there any others?
Good day.
Death's Fathom, yeah, Dimensional Shard. No, Sacred Armor is a standard. 36k as well. Yeah, so there's like 5, maybe 6. And those are 1 in 110k. But
I am overbooked.
the set version would be that 1 in 36k. So that's why an Astrian's is 1 in 110k. Well, this is once again with my magic find applied, right? And then whatever else there.
Where can I take you?
So I've got 1 Templars, Ethereals, another Templars, another Templars, and another Templars. I believe that's all. So is that 4 Templars and Tyraels? Yeah.
I am overburdened.
What's this stash net worth? A lot. Pat Tree Fee. Are you rerunning with the new odds, Camel? $20,000 we agreed last stream. Well, that was before I added in another Schaefer's Hammer, 2 more Wind Forces, another Grizz Shield. I mean, it's probably gone up a little bit. And F Templars. I'd say the stash has gone up to 25 grand. Top 10 rarest Eth items. Number 1, Death Web. Oh, Eth items. Yeah. So number 1, Death Web. Number 2, Astrians. Number 3, Mang Song. Those are interchangeable. Number 4 would be Death Fathom. Thank you, Future. Number 5 would be... I mean, at that point, you start dropping down to a large array of them, right? You drop into Griffins. Oh, Dark Force, you're right. Dark Force would be foreign, yeah. So put Dark Force on there. And then... I'm not sure there's any others that are in that super rare. Well, COA is indestructible, right? So it can't be ethereal. So then everything else here, this, not that because it's indestructible. Yeah, this. So all of these would be like the next ones, basically. Yeah, he was saying top 10 rarest Eth items. Otherwise, Cheerios might goes on that list and stuff. Is that an Eth Rib Cracker? It is a perfect Eth Rib Cracker. 300%. Eth Templar is twice as rare as as rare as Tyrael's. So, yes. It is quite sexy. You don't consider Death's Web rare? Well, you should. It's extremely rare.
I am overburdened.
Death's Web is the second rarest item in the game if you're not counting it. Just like not counting runes and going straight up. If taking out Ethereal, rarest item in the game, second rarest item in the game, third rarest item in the game, fourth is Astrians and or Meg Song once again. Those are interchangeable. Considering ethereal items, this is the rarest unique in the game. So Tyrael's can't spawn ethereal because it is indestructible. Indestructible items will always either spawn always ethereal, such as Wraith Flight, Spell Steal. Wait, is Spell Steal always ethereal? No, not Spell Steal. What's the axe? Ethereal Edge, thank you. Ghost Flame. Right. Those are examples of always Hydra Skull.
Are you sure about that? What about Jeweler's Monarch of the Whale? Have we considered the odds of that?
The odds of a Jeweler's Monarch of the Whale are 1 in 14,000 per blue Monarch that you drop. That being said, you can find blue Monarchs in a lot more places. So, a little bit harder to calculate that straight across. Exclamation mark MF Gear will give you a pretty good look at it, Dr. Jax.
Where can I take you?
Death's Web is very rare, but being the second rarest in the game might not be true. No, it is. It's true. Like, That's just the math of it. Yeah, it's all just based on base items and stuff, right? Archon staves, caduceus, blah, blah, blah. So an unearthed wand is the rarest base in the game. So you've just had good luck rolling it, that's all. But as we can see from my game, with my Grizz Caddy, odds can be very weird. So, you can't ever take a single person's experience to judge any of it. You consider Templar's Might very rare because of the level item? Well, yeah, and that's the other thing, right? Is like, you're only finding Templar's Might. You can't even get it at Pindle, right? You have to go farm like these areas to find Templar's Might, or Tyrael's Might, excuse me. Do I have an Eth Scolders? I don't think I do, to be honest. But I haven't really done a lot of like Mephisto, whatever stuff for it. Ooh, that Syncadus. Always fools me. Or get it in the Throne of Destruction. Yeah, I did find my Templars, my Tyrael's Might in Worldstone Keep level 2.
Presence honors me.
Where are good places to MF for Blizz Source besides Meph and Tunnels? Andariel's also good. You can do the Mausoleum if you'd like. That's not a bad place. Worldstone Keep is alright if you have something else. Today you got one, Shal? Oh, brutal. But, you know, Worldstone's a little dangerous. I like the Chaos Sanctuary with a Blizz Source. Personally, I like it better than a Lightning Sorceress, unless I'm not caring about my Magic Find. In which case, then a Lightning Sorceress wins out once I like start stacking her. But if I want to play with high MF, I like it in there. Plus Fireball, right? My little build that I've done here. Has anybody completed Holy Grail streaming? Not that I know of. Future is down to one item, Astrians. So both him and me are probably the closest. Is somebody else that streams at one item? About 2 3/4 years. There's also a Russian guy that's at 1. Okay. And he needs Astrians as well, of course. Stupid Astrians and Mang Song, man.
I am over.
Ruin everything.
Maybe you actually have the caddy, not like that time you thought you had a rejuve, but didn't.
Why you gotta bring that up, man? Too soon. Too soon. The diminishing returns is so high, 100 MF is 1 MF now. Yep. It really is. Like, for me to increase my effective magic find by 1 for unique items, I would have to increase my magic find by probably not 100, but probably 50, I would imagine. I think Future has 3 Mang songs, if I'm not mistaken. 2 mangs, 4 D-webs, 1 ethereal. There you go.
Good day.
I would love to find Mang songs first. Please make it easier for me on that last item. Pretty please. You're at 58,200 Pindle runs now. Ooh. I almost want to just give you my Astrians because I feel so bad at that point. But at the same time, lol, nah, get your own. I ain't giving this up. I can't even find a Griswold. What are the odds that we find another unique caddy? What's my exact MF? 680. But remember, I'm still running like no MF in my Tao's armor, nothing in here. I could probably unsocket and resocket that with an ist for 1 more. Because I ran out of socket quests and I'm doing only this character. No help. Change it to 420 for a guarantee. Oh, that's it. A breakpoint at 683. Alright, so I could get 1 more here. And I could put a 7% here and lose 5 all res if I wanted. There's not breakpoints, but there's breakpoints in terms of gaining effective magic find. Once you get high enough, like I said, I have to put so many points into magic find to gain 1 real magic find that there ends up being breakpoints, but it's nothing that like really comes into play until you're really deep into it. So yeah, this would probably push me up to like
Do you ever wonder if it's possible to have a character
170
seed
or
that is
something.
mathematically incapable of rolling a specific sequence? Food for thought.
I've
Good day.
well, I've changed the seat a lot, so I see it, Shal. I see it. I'm jealous, man. Show us his. Nobody needs to see it. Also, you guys say my stash is disorganized. What the heck is that page? Atma's whale? Howl tusk? Like, what? Just random items all over. Also, using the full towel set. What? Hello? I wish, Zane. I would be screaming if I had Mang Song. You can bet your butt on that. I swear, every day somebody new is showing me the Mang song that they just found that day while magic finding and watching my stream. One day it's gonna be me. One day. One day it'll be me. How are the odds looking over there,
Presence honors
Camel?
me.
Still running? Okay. Computer blew up. Numbers can't go that high. Promise, look at the upstaff of kings. I'll have to think of how I'm gonna get it and then get it to be upped.
Where can I take you?
At least to tree fitting. Yep. Barb is the best magic finder in the game. Berserk Barb. Because then you just hork everything and you're golden. Because of find item, that is why. So you literally get to double your boss finds. Ouch. Ow, quit it. So if I find 7 bosses in here as a barbarian, it's 14. And there's just no character that can keep up with that. No character's gonna do 2 runs in the same time that the barbarian's gonna do 1. And it works the exact same as a normal drop. Yep, you get a free 1 drop on it, and that item is an item. And you can also weapon swap to like 2-isted swords if you'd like. So it's pretty disgusting. That's why like this charm is like, oh, such a beautiful charm. This would be great for a Zerker Barb. Yeah. You'll give me Grizz Caddy for it? Deal. All right, we found Grizz Caddy. Yeah, that's one of the sexiest charms that I've ever found. Oh yeah, Barb goes from worst speedrunner to best magic finder. But, you know, very expensive and takes a lot of skill to play, for sure. Why don't I run a barbarian for my magic find? Because I said I'm going to find all of the items with 1 character. Okay, I say very expensive compared to speedrunning.
Sorc, though. Otherwise, the stream would be non-stop Swift Rage Hork. Swift Rage, ugh. Swift Rage Hork. Whack, 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 hork. Hork, hork.
But yes, it is Jaw, Burr, and Low, and then a bunch of Istrans, and you should be fine.
I am overburdened.
Wood Source uses 3 high runes as well? 0 high runes. 1. Oh, you're talking the infinity? It's not 100% needed. I could run pure ancient tunnels without infinity and then just max my cold mastery, and I'd get the same effect.
Good day.
This just allows me to have fire if I want to go to chaos or go to the world stone or whatever. Cold mastery would take care of it. Yeah, sure, I guess. Without maxing cold mastery didn't give much return. I mean, maxing cold masteries.
I am overburdened.
It's good, right? The higher the level is, the less return you're gonna get, because there's gonna be less monsters that it actually has an effect on. And obviously it won't break immunities, but there's not cold immunities in the ancient tunnels, so it's not that big of a deal. What up, Lloyd?
Take you.
Lloyd has been very thoughtful, gifting lots of subs lately. Thanks, Lloyd.
I can't carry it.
Only reason not to play Infinity is laziness. Yeah. Sometimes it's nice to be lazy, though. Yeah, Infinity barely breaks cold reses. It will for like light ones, monsters that, you know, maybe just got cold res because they're cold enchanted and magic immune or something, but they're generally low cold res. So like they just have it, then it'll break it. But if you have a monster that's just like cold resist, or, you know, cold immune, I should say immune. If you have a monster that's just like cold immune, you're not breaking it with this. There's like so few monsters. And the reason is because a lot of those monsters just have high immunity and Infinity just can't break it, right? They'll have like 240, 250 cold immune. And so you're just not going to break it with Infinity at all. And even Infinity plus lower resistance a lot of times won't break it. So... We got him! Yes! Woo! It's there! One left! Oh!
I can't carry anymore.
Oh! Oh, baby. Woohoo! How many times did it... How many times did it fool us? Let's go! Oh my goodness.
Fresh meat.
Hi, Kylie. Lloyd Miller with the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much.
I was in the middle of running the odds for that to happen.
4 sockets?
Put it
4
back until
sockets!
my stats
233.
are
Ooh,
Oh,
sexy.
and Rat's hype.
Almost perfect. Almost perfect. Oh my god. It just... Oh... I've seen it so much. I've seen so many Caduceus. I can't even say the word still. I didn't even like believe it when I saw it, because I was like, that's just the thing that I want to see. Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow. One left. Let's go to the spreadsheet. Do, 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 do. Bow, 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 bow. Item 2. 04/18 2019. Our first find of 2019. Our first find of 2019. Let's get rid of these columns actually. Move this over. Oh, wow. We did it. Set items gone. There are no more set items left.
Gotta tell ya, didn't see that coming.
Join my army of the dead.
Uno hype.
Wow. One item left. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. One item to go. It had to happen. I have found so many of this base. I have found so many items that are the same odds. Hydrobows and I mean COAs, Griffins, Ogre Gauntlet. Like I have like 5 of these, 3 of these, 4 of these, 4 of these, probably 5 of these, 6 of these. Like it had to drop. It had to drop. Put the facet in.
Not here.
Hold up, we can let's see what the facet is. 3/5 cold die. $226, 4 open socket is your best. Nice. Yeah, this is a 233. So it's pretty sick actually. How many shields and helmets? How many shields and helmets? We're gonna... Oops. Wow. What a week of magic finds. Seriously. This week, 2 Wind Forces, Eth Templars, like crazy finds. Holy cow. Oops. This collection's a little ridiculous. I think that's all we got. Oh, there we go. That's a COA, yeah. Wow. 15 helmets, 4 shields. Until we finally found the caddy. Do, 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 do. Wow. Let's put it like that. It's done. It's done. The Grizz set is finally done. Oh. It's great. 4 open sockets, 233 ED. I'm pretty sure 240 is perfect on it. I already saved quit once. This is the new game already. And all of this so yeah. While wearing a Tulsa shirt. Ah, I'm happy my assassin died tonight. I'm happy she did. I thought that I was having a great day
I am overburdened.
for magic finding, and that's where it was the good was coming from. Ooh, Eth maybe? Eth. Aw. But nope. It was all here. All right here. First thing I watched was me finding Schaefer's. Nice. Four to 5 more caddies before Mang Song. I mean, I would honestly expect it, if we're gonna be honest. I'm expecting we find another one within a week. Just because that's how this game goes. Oh my god. Well, now I'm tied with Future. Exactly tied. 1 item left, same exact odds. Just the counterpart items. Where'd that boss go? Oh, there he is. And now, just like that, chat, we are 1 second away from ever completing this Holy Grail. Wow. Shaking. I mean, we could also be like 9 months away, but we are 1 second away.
I am overburdened.
How do you know where to search from? It's all based on area level and the TC drops that can drop from the monsters in those areas.
Good day.
Pluggy mod, it allows for all those stash pages so I can hold all my gear. Wow.
I am overburdened.
I can't believe it, man. It's been over 4 months, right?
I can't carry I am overburdened.
What, you don't just casually find the entire Griswold set in a single day? Is that not a standard thing?
Your presence honors
Less than 3 hours, find. Wow. That is my 15th helmet. 15th Grizz helmet. We found Grizz Caddy 10 minutes ago and Grizz Shield 2 hours ago?
I can't carry anymore.
Got my Grizz hacks turned up to high.
I am
good day.
Wow. I don't want this Grail to end. Yeah, now I'm almost tempted to go farm like Mephisto. Is that the best place to drop Grizz armor? Just so I can get the entire Grizz set in one day? What base is the armor? It's a... Ornate? Okay, that's right. Next drop, triple Dura. Why would you say that? Get out of here, future. Now you're just worried. Now I'm caught up. Anybody's game. Whew. Oh, I'm shaking still. Oh. Oh, baby. Time to do 58,000 Pindle runs. The hauls have been good to me, man. The hauls have done me right. Thank you, Rock. I'm just a dude who likes playing games and doing what he wants to do.
I can't carry anymore.
Man, do we even do the assassin tomorrow, or do we just call it off and go hard? Have a crazy long 1 day magic find, get the staff, finish the Grail.
Where can I take you?
I feel like one item left is just start assassin, die in 2 minutes, call it good, and then go right into Grail again. Seems to be the winning formula. Holy cow, you guys. Plans after Grail? Now I have to actually start seriously considering them. Cause we're at 1 item left. Any second now. It could happen. It could be right here on this guy. Or right here. Or maybe right here. Darn. Alright, well, we won't keep trying that, but
Good day.
we'll probably go grind out to 99 on her. Not this again. We gotta drop Prime. But maybe right here! Probably go grind out to 99. That'll take, like, probably about 65 hours. If we're just not worrying about items. And then maybe right here.
I can't carry it.
How long can you guys take this?
Your presence honors me.
You skipped 10 minutes. Oh, is that it? Oh my god. So yeah. And then after 99, we could start trying to work towards every rune word as well. If I do that, I might make another character. Make like an Amazon. Or a Hammerden. If I did an Amazon, I would just go do a bunch of cows and have fun there. If I did a Hammerden, I'd go to a bunch of chaos. Poison Nova and Necro
I am overburdened.
could actually be pretty fun, because then I could run players 8. I mean, Amazon would also... I don't know who would be faster. Because if I did like a Poison Nova Necro, how is he doing the cows? Probably pretty good, actually. Because then you just corpse explode everything.
Good day.
Yeah, I could also Ondle's Staff on my offhand for more experience, true. Is it faster than Amazon? Really? I figured nothing was faster than Amazon cows. But Poison Nova is pretty fast. Really? Oh, yeah. That's right. Put it in your... What? How did that not move? I'm blind. How good's my death web?
How
Eh,
are you
it's
going
mediocre.
to do all these builds? Do you know how long it would take to get all the items to gear them?
Gotcha. How long it would take to get all the items to gear who? Those other characters? I've already got them. I would just have to make my Enigma. Demon Hide Sash action there. Could have said Archon Staff, but you know, whatever.
Carry anymore. I am overburdened.
Yep, string of yours.
Your
Oh,
presence
that was
honors
Camel being sarcastic. I gotcha. That's definitely the nice thing, is I can just literally gear up any character I want at this point. Do I have extra MF charms? Nah, I would probably just copy them over, to be honest. Just to save the time of picking them up and moving them over. But it just depends how much I thought I was going to do different stuff, right? That would be the biggest thing. Thank you, Commander. Like, if I thought I was going to still play the Sorceress a ton, then
I can't carry
I would just copy them over. If I thought, I won't do it that much, then I would just move them between the characters. So.
good day.
How am I looking on PMB skillers? Let's see. Lots of combat skillers, paladins and barbs. 1. I don't have them organized. 2 with life. 3. Maybe only 3. Wow, that's actually kind of weak. Check that puppy out, though. Those are nice. Actually, one of my lower accounts, I've got a lot. I've got like 6 or 7 lightning source ones. I think like 5 fire, 5 cold. So I could probably do some lower Kurast. I'm gonna need to get runes anyways, so. Yeah, I got a couple really sick GCs for that as well.
I can't carry
Every unique is like freaking me out because I'm like, what if it is? What if it's not done? Yeah, you can get so many charms on lower Kurast, it's insane. If you just do like 30 hours, you'll find a couple burr runes and tons of skillers.
I can't carry
Wow.
I am overburdened.
Could not have been happier for my assassin's death. Best death ever. So here you go. Magic resistant, spectral hit, cold enchanted. Wouldn't be broken by conviction. So those were the like, all 3 of those had to come together to be a cold res for that skeleton that wouldn't be broken. I was about to say no Grizz Caddy yet, but nah, he got it. That's right. You ever drop an item with lower chances than Mang's Song? Lower chances? You mean like high? Oh, I guess I get. Oh yeah, tons. Hardcore Holy Grail in the future? Probably not. I mean, I could do it. Like, honestly, this character could be hardcore. She hasn't died at 98. And she's almost halfway through it. So it's been like 9 months since she last died. And that was an intentional death. Because I was celebrating turning 98. So it's really not that crazy to keep her alive. You just have to play, you have to mindfully be survivable, you know. Because even like right now, I'm not playing the most survivable build I could. Right. My res aren't fully maxed, especially on my Switch. Which I'm always on my Switch.
I am overburdened.
Like my life totals, you know, is okay. So.
Yes.
Awful poison res, yeah. So once you get the character up and running in some decent gear, it wouldn't be that bad. Thank you, Triton.
I am overburdened.
Once I finish this, I can start the hardcore Holy Grail. Oh, God. I mean, I'd probably be more okay with it because then I wouldn't care as much, right? Like, if I did happen to die halfway through it, I'd be like, that's okay. I still completed the Holy Grail. But I haven't completed it yet. So we still got to do that. Item left. Ooh, I like it. Good call.
Good day.
Good call. I mean, stuff can still kill me here for sure. Like, there's definitely been some times I've gotten kind of close, but once again, I'm playing not 100% safety, right? If I'm cursed and I jump into might aura, you know, fire enchanted, lightning enchanted, fanaticism, like dual, you know, multi-boss around there, extra strong, like it can still, I could get one shot or two shot. So I just have to be, you know, careful with how I run around. Oh my God.
Where can I take you?
There's only one Holy Grail. If you keep doing extras, that makes your Holy Grail not end all be all. Yeah, I mean, I want to find every unique and set item. That is the Holy Grail. All the extras I'm doing are just fun additional things to do with it. That is all. Honestly, I'm pretty surprised I haven't found a Zod rune yet, considering all the stuff I have found. But I'm also running like lower player, you know, players 1, things like that. Yep, Grizz Redemption was today. So if I just jack the player count up and go kill more stuff with higher damage, Zod should come a lot easier. I could totally see it coming in those 65 hours on my way to 99. But once again, I have 3 Cham runes, so like, you know, that is a Zod and a Cham still. And that's how this game works. You can morph runes up. How come I'm not running Players 8 right now? Because I'm just trying to kill the bosses as fast as I can. Players 8 isn't going to change any of the drop odds for the bosses, just for the minions. But it takes a little bit too long, so. Zod's mathematically more rare than Tyrios, but it can drop everywhere. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. It's like Zod is more rare than Tyrios, but like you can jack player Zayd up. You can find it anywhere in hell. Right? It's TC 81. Basically, so you just find it all over the place, and not anywhere, but pretty much anywhere there. You can go mass kill cows for it or whatever. Like, there's just so many places to find it that. Nah, Bloodmore.
Fresh meat.
Dude, one item left.
Because it's TC81, but. One item left, Spawn. I know, man. I know. Could be anywhere. Could be right here! Dang.
Good day.
Where is the first place that can drop Zod in hell? Me too. Me too, Greg. Would have been crazy if I called it and it dropped. We were doing the calling it earlier this stream. I wish I would have, you know?
I am overburdened.
Thank you, Wraith. Took 4 months, but... Wow, Ward. Little randomants there. Cool drop. Only Zod you found was single player in the pit. Nice. When was it? Like an hour ago? If that? 45 minutes ago? It was fantastic. It will be up on the YouTube tomorrow.
Good day.
6 low, 5 certain pits. Nice. That's sick, Geppetto. Yep, if you go and clear all the white mobs, you're gonna find way more runes. But like, I don't want to touch them because the last thing I want to do is get that stupid triple durability Archon staff. That's my worst nightmare. Especially right now with 1 left. So, screw it. No white mobs for me, man.
Your presence honors me.
Yeah. You don't gotta worry about that, Future.
Fresh meat.
Hey, any good runs today?
Future doesn't have to worry about that. Wow, a blue caddy.
Impossible.
Wowee. Doesn't even bother me anymore. Thanks, Carvo. Mwah. Doesn't even bother me anymore. Blue caddy with redemption on it. Yeah, pretty funny. Does that count? So yeah, a unique Archon, or an Archon staff, I should say, is a level 86, whereas a Caduceus is 84, or is it 64? What's the base? Q level 85. Okay, it's Q level 85. But an Archon staff is Q level 86. No. Meng Song is Q level 86. Yeah, that's it. And but Astrian's it's Q level 68. That's it. I knew it was in the 60s. So yeah, Astrian's is Q level 68. Meng Song is Q level 86. What does this mean? Well, it just means Astrians can never fail. So even if a white mob drops it, it can still roll Astrians, right? Even if a level 85 mob drops it for him. What does it mean for me? If a level 85 white mob in the Ancient Tunnels drops the Archon staff and it rolls unique, it will fail. So I have to have a minion or the boss drop it for me only. Only minions or bosses can drop it for me. Nothing else allowed.
I can't carry it.
So that's why I say screw the white.
I am overburdened.
I ain't touching them. I'm a little sad there are no items I can roll as something else. Bro, I'm so happy that we finally got done with that. I was so tired of it. Good night, Raggets.
I am overburdened.
Where can I take you?
Bruh. Will I go after 99 after make songs? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we just got a second Schaefer's yesterday. No, 2 days ago. Seriously, what a crazy week of drops. Schaefer's, 2 Windforce. The entire grid set today. Except the armor, but like, okay, yeah, who cares? Yeah, one of them was a perfect Windforce. And Ming Song! Dang it. Hey, big.
Good day.
Time to run a Schaefer's Frenzy Barb for the lull. Schaefer's is a really good item. Until Grief came along and stuff, like, Schaefer's was actually really sick. Grief just destroyed every single melee weapon. So badly. So badly, like, not even close. Not even close. Everything got wrecked by Grief. It's so dumb. Really unfortunate for all the awesome weapons out there.
Your presence honors me.
keep calling it so when it drops you got good content. The only issue is this last drop, and it's the easier of the drops, took 4 months. So I don't know if people want to hear me call it 110,000 times or whatever it's gonna be. Or potentially one more time! Could have been. Could have been. Never know.
Where can I take you?
Oh my god. It's bound to happen. I know, Peter. I know. I'm kind of sad that we got the blue caddy drop right there, because it's like, just make them all Archon stabs now, you know? Quit rolling caddies. We're done with it. Put it away.
I don't know why Blizz made Grief. It's as if they named it that because they knew it would. Cause Grief to all the melee players because it's the only viable weapon. Get it?
Yeah.
Because it is named Grief and it causes grief because
Yeah.
it's the same word.
Oh no, we got it.
Which makes it funny.
We understood that. Didn't need the explanation there. I saw a guy count to 1,000,000 once. Perfect. Yikes. Yeah, that's a big yikes from me. It's grief for all the non-ladder players. Truth. I still don't get it. Oh dear. If you don't get it after that explanation, well. You ain't gonna get it.
I am overburdened.
Reroll the map. Too many caddies here. This is my magical map. It has found so much good. We are holding on to this map, man.
Where can I take you?
DT doesn't favor melee characters. Grief was necessary. The problem is it just ruins everything else for melee characters, though. Like, yeah, it helps buff melee, but then at the same time, like, now all melee characters have to use this one item. Storming like crazy outside? Yeah, that's, apparently it's gonna be
I am
nuts.
overburdened.
Like, even all of the coolest rare items with Fool's Mod, 300 ED, you know, 2 open socket, 40 IAS, whatever, like the insane awesome items, Grief is still stronger than those. And that's just broken.
Good day.
Can Argon Staff drop from a weapon rack? Nope. Racks are going to be 1 level lower than the area that they're in. So it would drop a 84 in here if there was a rack in here.
It's okay. We'll have to go deeper on the Grief explanation. You see, the weapon is named Grief, which is spelled the same as the word grief. A feeling of frustration or sadness, much like this joke about grief which causes griefs. That's a joke inside of a joke explanation inside of a joke explanation. That's like 16 joke wall breaks. Anyway, back to the explanation.
Thank you, Camel. for the explanation joke. Yeah, and so racks are capped anyways because they're capped at that. So they're rack level 84, and thus their TC also gets capped at that as well. So they're never going to drop any TC 87s. But you can find a lot of like really good items from racks, honestly. If you go watch my rack video, that is probably the most interesting, you'll learn the most about Diablo 2 video that I know of. Just because it goes into stuff that's kind of been like hinted about somewhat before and stuff, but didn't have a lot of proof and everything behind it. So yeah, so it has a ton to do with like this map seeds and ways that you manipulate the map and stuff like that, which is crazy.
Good day.
That's like the closest anything in this game has to you actually being able to affect something, right? Like, I can go to the lower Kurost, approach, let's find a rack. Where's a good rack at? Probably missing some, but I just want like the fire. There we go. Approach this and then like reproduce that, right? Like, how cool is that?
I can't carry anymore.
How cool is that right there? That's like the closest you can ever get to manipulating RNG within Diablo 2. And if I approached it from a different angle, I wouldn't get that great hauberk anymore. Like, the different places that I approach that rack from will spawn different things. And it all has to do as well with actions prior to that. So and then as well, like what spawns there, I can also start to gain a sense about it. Right? So like, that's gonna, it won't be a great hauberk anymore because there's those spawns around it that has now changed the seed. But like this, great hauberk. I would have bet you $1,000 right there that that was going to be a great hauberk. But now watch. Monsters. I want to show without monsters because monsters adjust the RNG and the seed of it. Watch this, though. Lion Helm. And if I was right here, it would have been a great hauberk. And if I was up here, it would have been something else. And probably something else if I was over here and right here. But, like, I can find sections and areas and points from how I approach this and where I stand when I pop it, and I can influence and adjust what item drops. Craziest thing in Diablo 2. Favorite thing. Right there. If you want a bunch more information on that, let's see if I can just find that YouTube video. Diablo 2 Rax. There you go. Oh wait, that's the Twitch. I want the YouTube. There it is. Here is an hour-long video that I made on it. It has all sorts of information and testing and whatever in it. But that I do use that actually in speedrunning though. Cause like let's say I'm in a I'm speedrunning through the tower, right? There's tons of racks in the tower. And as I'm going through there, I can be like, oh, this rack drops scepters when I approach it from this way, and there's no monsters, and those are worth a lot of money. So I can get that rack for a scepter every single time, and I can farm up a lot of money in my Countess runs. Or maybe it drops quilted armors or something, and so that's a great way to try and like farm for my 2 open socket armor. At other times, it might drop like javelins or daggers or whatever, and so I go, all right, well, I don't really need to farm these racks as I'm going through because they're just going to drop that stuff. For sure, Aku, it's my life. Like I say, I know way too much about this game. We're probably at the unhealthy levels of knowledge, but, shh. It's okay. It's okay. Except lore. I don't know anything about lore. Thanks, Neva. Yeah, think if I spent this much time on, like, understanding Kylie and what she wants or something. Trying to cure cancer.
I am overburdened.
The stock market. Oh, she doesn't want soup. Found that one out the hard way.
I am overburdened.
I can narrow it down to not soup.
Good day.
That is correct. What's the one item? The Archon staff? Yep. Nice tomato bisque. Mmm. You did, Rox. It's okay, though. I did, Messy. I did, finally.
I am overburdened.
We actually got all the 3 Grizz pieces today. The 3 difficult ones. Nobody even really counts the armor as a Grizz piece. It's just a gimme. Thank you, Belial.
I can't carry anymore.
Your presence honors me.
Haven't, never. I do remember that's easy, unfortunately. What a waste. What a waste of one. Would it be worth farming armor racks to get like a Viper Magi? Oh, totally. That's the thing, is you can get racks that can give you really good items, actually. Once again, you're not going to get TC87s, but there's a ton of great items that are not TC87s, right? So you could go out there and and it rolls uniques and sets pretty often, to be honest. So you can get yourself your Shakos and all of that stuff. Like, there's a ton of really good stuff that you can get. If you find, and that's what a lot of people like to do for like a base as well. I don't know if a lot of people like to do it, but like, let's say that you want to get an Thresher base. Just go find a Thresher rack. You might have to obviously reset a little bit until you can get a consistent spot on a rack. But like, once you get a rack that has an Archon plate, a Thresher, or whatever, you can just sit there and farm that over and over again until you get like a really good one. So, and it's just got really good odds for spawning stuff. So yeah, if you ever get a consistent rack, let's say of a gilded shield or something, then go have a ball with it, because that is going to be awesome for you. Oh yeah, you could also get a J-mod doing it. Yeah, that would totally be the best way to get a J-mod. Because if you get a Monarch, like, oh my gosh, you can just sit there and farm Monarchs all day long with it. So that would actually be a super easy way to get it. That's what I'm saying. There is like everything you could ever want with racks. Sorc, 15 ED, Great Thresher. I like Thresher better than Great Thresher, to be honest. I have a perfect infinity, well, perfect, 320. I'm happy. I didn't have a 15 base, but I also didn't think I was going to roll a 320 in it. I was just saying, hey, I need to get an infinity going. I haven't seen Pintos holding them all? Maybe. They just don't drop very often. I found 2 caddies already today. Like, you have to remember, I have found a blue and then my Grizz caddy. And so that's like, the odds right there are, I've already found my super rares of that stuff. It's pretty tough to find more. You search racks on Google. Well, you're supposed to Bing it first off. So that's where you went wrong. My brother told me that Bing is great for racks. Great rack videos there, so. Oh, all right. It might be that bedtime. We can get the final item tomorrow. It'll be good to have a day in between just to settle down a little bit. Unless it's right here. Okay, well, that was a good try. That was a good try. It'll be good to settle down, and then we can come back strong tomorrow. Ready for the final item. Wow. Woo-hoo-hoo. See you in 6 months. Ugh. It's finally done. The sets are finally done. I can shove all my my lightning jewels and all that gear. Make a Foden. Oops. GG. GG, everybody. One item remains. One. Would that make faux viable? Yeah, it actually does. Foden with all of the sockets, light facets is actually not too bad. There it is. All right, guys. We shall continue this tomorrow. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. Thank you all for being here and watching and celebrating with me with our one item. Our one item remaining. What a day. Grizz Shield, Grizz Redemption, and Grizz Helm. That's pretty much all we found today. Reaper's Toll, whatever. Gargoyle's Bite. I mean, it's good for sure. One, it's same odds. Dragon Scale, yeah, all right. Mav's Armor, whatever. Like, all the Grizz, though. What a crazy day of that. Mwah. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I hope you have a wonderful day. Wonderful night. Oh, yeah, we found a facet, too. That's right. 3-5 die cold facet. We'll add it to the list really fast. Mwah, mwah. Thank you guys, though. I will see you tomorrow in like 10 hours. 10, 11 hours, something like that. And we'll keep it going. All right. Have a good one. See you guys.